Hello and welcome back to EU4. I'm Count Christo, and this is the Prussian Pride campaign, I think. I'm not set on that. I quite like it. Prussian Pride. We shall proudly go forth and spread our glorious Prussian heritage or something. Right, so let's win this war against the filthy Bohemians down to the south. I don't like Bohemia in this game. I don't think I've ever played as Bohemia, and I never liked them. they're just the less good Austria, as far as I can tell. You know, they're the whiny Austria, who goes, oh no, I don't want you to pass reforms. I've done lots of games as Austria, so I dislike anyone that opposes my glorious reformation of the Holy Roman Empire. So with this extra land, we can probably afford to get another advisor, if I had to guess. Because we won't have to fund our troops shortly. So let's get a prestige guy. Yeah, prestige. Prestige is very useful in the early game. And why is it so low at the moment? -9. Why is that? Oh yes, of course, because when you demand things from the estates, when you do the seek support of clergy and all that, you lose some prestige and you just lose some legitimacy. Prestige is important because it helps get you votes. As you can see here, prestige, I believe it's a 1-to-1. No, it's -2, so I have to imagine it's rounding, and it's -1 per 5. Although those numbers aren't always the same when they're positive or negative, so it might be that positive prestige has less or more effect than negative prestige does. They don't always map to each other the way you might expect. So we've almost got Ratibor, which is great. I swear Ratibor is a place in Lord of the Rings. Ah, here we go, the Fate of Newmark. Fantastic. So we can offer 100 ducats for Newmark, and they say yes. Marvellous. Can I go... Yeah, I think this does force you to go negative. You can't spend all your money and cheat it or something. So fantastic. And we get a core on Newmark, which is great. But we do get new chancery. They get separatism? Nonsense. They shouldn't get separatism. Oh well. So, the estates demand control of provinces. Nobility wants more. Well, sure, you can have Newmark. Seems reasonable. It's very high autonomy, so I'd rather you had Newmark than anywhere else. Oops. Didn't do that right. There we go. So now we're improving relations with, yeah, Burgundy. That makes sense, because I want to get the Burgundian inheritance if we can. I'm doing speed 3 just because I don't want this war to go wrong. So we're going to have to take out a loan in a second, which is unfortunate. Maybe 2? Yes, 2 loans, but it's obviously worth it to get Newmark. Newmark is vitally important, and most importantly, Saxon, which is German, which is a part of our accepted culture. Let's have a look at how wide our... Oh, yes. So all the orange area there. Is that orange? It's kind of salmony, orangey colour. Anyway, all that orange area is going to be an accepted culture, which is great. So, yeah. Oh no, it's our primary culture, Saxon. I thought it was Prussian. Oh no, it's Prussian over here. Excuse me. Prussian becomes our primary culture. Right. Looming disaster. Yes, the nobility have too much influence, which is annoying. But we're not going to let that actually become a problem. You can't have it above 80. Is the issue there? So it's 90 at the moment. We can reduce it at any time just by revoking this province from them. Oh no, we can't do that yet. Not till next year. But that's fine. We've got much more than a year before they actually cause problems for us. So good. We're about to win these two. What's the peace deal going to be? Ah, yes, you can't look at peace deals when you haven't got a diplomat, which is very silly. Oh well. We're moving past it. Oof, silly me. Turn the fort off. Do I want a fort in my capital? No. I don't like forts. I never have. I've never used them much. I tried in a couple of campaigns, but I just don't like them. I haven't played Brandenburg since the old fort system, actually. Blimey, that was a long time ago. It was like, what, a year and a half or something? But yes, I don't like forts. I think if you're defending, you're going to lose. And if you're going to lose, you might as well lose fast, so you can start your comeback earlier. That's my logic. It's not always right, but you save a lot of money by not having forts. That saves us half. When it's on, it costs a ducat a month. When it's off, it costs half a ducat a month. So we just saved ourselves a significant amount of cash. I haven't insulted all my rivals. Very foolish of me. I'm going to do that as soon as this month ticks. I don't want to do it before the month ticks, because I want to get the tick of improved relations from these guys. So let's loot down their capital, as far as it'll go. Ooh, no, too many people there. Attrition. Let's go over here and loot this instead. Right, so we're going to insult all our rivals. Who do we rival? That's right, Mecklenburg. Send them an insult. And who was it? Ah, yes, Brunswick. Oh no, they've allied Saxony. That's irritating. Going to have to break that up somehow. The way we'll break that up is by calling Saxony into a war and then declaring war on Brunswick when they can't defend them. Who's our other rival? Oh, of course, it's Bohemia. So let's send those improved relations back to where they came. 21. We've got too many diplomatic relations which they don't like, but hopefully one of those relations will go away and we'll get a P over this guy. That won't actually get rid of a relation, will it? No. Who was the other one I was improving with? Trier. It was Trier. Because I don't want them to vote for the Palatinate. Hopefully they ally themselves to Austria and start voting for Austria or something like that. That would be good. We're still winning the vote if Austria dies right now. It'd be so good for our campaign if Austria died right now. Administrative ideas of Catherine. Marvellous. So our electress, Catherine von Wettin. Wettin? Which is the Wettin one? Is that you? Yes. So they're from Saxony. Our ruler's okay. Our heir is not very good. As soon as... Well, I don't want to disinherit, actually, because that will really hurt our prestige, which will hurt our stuff here. Our ability to get elected. What I will do is make our general... an heir, our heir a general, which will increase his chances to die. I'll also put him in charge of an army, which will also increase his chances to die. So I'm hoping he dies and we get a better heir. Now, I didn't look at trade last episode, because it doesn't really make much difference in the very early game, because there's not much, and the AI usually puts things right. So we're in the Lübeck node, which is great. This is a very valuable node. We're going to get Stettin, we're going to get Danzig, we're going to get Memel, we're going to get Zealand, and we're going to have total dominance over this whole area. And then we're going to try and push into the English Channel, because the English Channel is an end node where no trade flows out. So you want to trade in an end node, if at all possible. Number one priority in the early to mid game should be get yourself to an end node. Hey, a gift! You sent us 2 gifts. You thought one of them was a loan, but you're wrong. It was actually a gift. Now, it's been another month, so let's not only insult our rivals, but also embargo them, say that you can't trade with us. I'm not sure what that means in this context, because normally that means, you can't dock your ships in our ports, but since we have no ports, that's a bit of a moot point. There we go, get all that going again. Now, I haven't done the maths on this one for a while, so losing 1 stability, it would cost us 100 to bump it back up, or there's no need for reforms game 3 inflation. We currently have almost no inflation. It would cost 75 to reduce it, so it would cost 75 plus half of 75 again to reduce inflation by 3. Right? Yes, that's right. So it would be, what, 75? What's half of 75? Half of 70, 45. It's about... not half of 70, it's not 45, it's 35. So yeah, it's more than 100. To reduce inflation by 3. So I think you should always enact this when you're at 0 stability and then just bump it up again. It would cost less to do that than it would to reduce that inflation down, is my reasoning. So administrative coup is progressing quite quickly. If we revoked this, it reduces their influence by 19%. So that gets them straight below it. So what we can do is wait for this to get to about 90, then revoke this, and that'll be fine. Now, we can probably get the peace deal we want right now, because they're so desperately sieged down, but I'd like to get, everything we can out of them. The surrender of Maine. Ooh, they didn't do it. That's interesting. That's very interesting. Oh, and France has been excommunicated. So, England just got an event called the Surrender of Maine, where France said, oi, give us Maine. And England said no. Now they're at war with France in a English-French unification war. If they win, they get a PU over France. Spoiler alert, they won't win. France is probably calling in... Yeah. England's totally doomed, unfortunately. If you play as England, that can be a really tricky war to win. Very, very rewarding if you do win it, though. I've yet to do it in the current situation, but I won the 100 Years' War back when it started. When you started at war with them as England, which is very difficult. Much more difficult than this, because you had no way to get allies, no way to prepare. You just started at war. And come on, fall. There we go. Okay, so let's do some negotiations. 99% war score. What are you willing to give me? All of it. If I ask for that? Wow, why is it not showing? Oh. Now what's going on here? This will cause Brandenburg to suffer 75 aggressive expansion, but even Bohemia, I'm only suffering 58. Oh, yes. Oh, I love being Brandenburg, because that gives us minus 10% aggressive expansion impact, which is great. Oops. Whoops. So, we're going to demand more than I expected. Probably like this. We can take... No, we shouldn't get a coalition, should we? No, that's foolish. What we should do is totally block off Poland from getting any land from Bohemia. So if we do this, they will never be able to get any land in here without having to go through us, and they will never go through us. We're also going to humiliate them, which will give us loads of power protection, which is great, because power protection equals monarch points later on, and also it affects all kinds of other stuff. You can see there, great list, gives you more morale of armies, which is great, legitimacy, which is great, prestige, great, trade power, great, morale of navies, totally freaking useless. Worst modifier in the game, I think, probably. Okay, so 66, no coalition, and I'd like your entire money that we can get, and war operations, and humiliate. Do I want to make them revoke your alliance with anyone? No, because they're only allied to Ansbach. Ottomans is paying them subsidies? Why do you hate me, Ottomans? Well, now I hate you too. You're going to die. Okay, so that'll do. Yep. Send demand. Boom. Now, I didn't play this optimally, because Prussian ascendance, nice. Because what you want to do in the Empire is always have another war ready to declare the second you finish. Oh, the Pomeranian succession. And they're allied to useless people. Alright, well, there's our war. Ha ha ha. Pomeranian succession. Okay. Well, I'm going to take this, which is going to give us claims. And then I'm going to immediately declare war on Pomerania, which will prevent Austria from doing his unlawful territory nonsense and saying, oi, give those back. Because if he did that, we'd have to say no, and that would irritate everyone. So we've just enough admin points to core all that. Great. Now let's go up here and let's declare war on you. For stop. Now, we don't have as many troops as they have, but I'm hoping they won't be able to unify very well. It's a risky play. We can get 3 more troops. So let's do that. And let's declare this war. I really want to avoid that unlawful territory nonsense. And if we can get up here, that's great, because that will leave us access to the Teutonic Order. Very shortly, by the way, Poland is almost certainly going to break their alliance with us. But I'm going to leave it up for as long as it lasts. If they go to Berlin, that's great, because if they're sieging the fort when we attack them, they'll have a crossing penalty. Sorry, a terrain penalty. I'm going to leave the guy with 2 shock in charge rather than 3 fire 1 shock, because 3 fire 1 shock is actually weaker than 0 2 shock. Yeah, see there is alliance breaking, and corruption is growing, so we're going to root out corruption as much as we can. They're running to Stettin? I don't know. And if they're just going to bum around in the woods, we're going to gladly accept their surrender of their homeland and begin sieging them down. Like so. Actually, he's got some siege, doesn't he? Yeah. So let's leave our general as the one that carries on the siege. There we go. Great. They obviously have total naval supremacy, but that won't help them, unfortunately. So yeah, these guys have... Oh, there they are. As soon as I say that, here they are. That's going to be tricky. Once they all unify, maybe East Frisia won't be able to get over here, with any luck. Alright, they're going to Berlin. If I go to Berlin, do they get scared off? They don't. So they're going to take a bad fight in Berlin. In which case, we're going to send all our guys, at the moment they finish their sieges, straight to Berlin. Which is very good. In fact, I'm going to not even finish this siege, because I don't dare risk waiting. Hopefully they won't catch anyone here. No, good. So they've taken a -1 for the woods. We need to get our troops down here. This is going to be a very close fight. We might lose this. I really hope we don't. Needless to say. Shall I make a general out of my ruler? He might be even better. And he's not that good a ruler. He's not above average. So yeah, let's make a general out of our ruler. Hey, he is better. 2 shock. This is going to be close. I think we're going to lose it. I think we're just going to lose it. Darn. What can I do? I could take a loan and hire mercenaries. No, we might pull it out. Come on, good rolls. We won! Yes! They retreated. Okay, so we got shock damage received -10%. That is a great trait. Okay, are they retreating just here? No, but East Frisia has shown up. That's interesting. Maybe they'll go straight for the capital too. No? What about if I back all the way off? Ooh, they're hiring guys. I should probably try and chase them back to stack wipe them, but it doesn't look like it's going to work. Let's siege down the rest of Pomerania. This is a risky opening war. I wouldn't usually do this. Maybe I'm just trying to show off. So I want to send enough guys to hold down the siege to Stettin via Neumark, so we can pick up a general. When's that guy getting hired? On the 8th of December. We can get there in time to prevent him from being hired, I think. Yep, easily. I'm going to put the siege leader back in charge here. Okay, they've just out-rivaled our rival, so they're going to be more willing for an alliance now. Still -100. Oh, because of the unlawful territory in the Empire. They really don't like it when you have territory that's that's unlawful. What we're probably going to go for in this war, by the way, is a very short truce. So we want to have as short a truce as possible, and the way you achieve that is by not asking for very much in the peace deal. Right. You suffer no attrition while sieging back your own land, fortunately. So this is a pretty ballsy war. I'm not overjoyed by it. If they all get together, they can beat us, but not if they cross a river into woods. So if we hold Rupen, that could be a good place to stand and fight. Oh, but they're coming for us. Well, I guess I'll trust them and send my own guys to reinforce. Oh, no, they're not actually coming for us. They're just going to repeatedly come at us and not come at us and come at us and not come at us. Interesting strategy. The actual Pomeranian troops are probably up here still recovering. I haven't seen that glitch for a while. That's quite funny. If they do come at us, what I'll probably do is hire this guy to give us that discipline advantage. That'd be great. Oh, we've got a free diplomat. Whoops, 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 whoops. Should be improving with Burgundy. Oh, they've got a woman in charge. I don't think it can happen when they have a woman in charge, but she's quite young, so she might... Sorry, quite old, so she might die. When I say old, I obviously mean old for EU4. I don't want to offend any of my... How old was she again? 49-year-old female viewers out there. I don't think there are any 49-year-old female viewers out there, but I could be wrong. I should check my demographics once I finish recording. So they're just sitting there, pansying around, letting me regain all my manpower, which is very foolish of them. Sorry, regain all my troops from my manpower. So disputed successions. Are there any others we could go for? Ooh, Castile. That'd be nice. And England. Castile? You're never going to marry me, are you? How about England? No, probably not, unfortunately. That's unfortunate that they had that disease tick. I need all my troops over here. Normally I put slightly more than required to siege a province to avoid things like this slowing us down. To increase speed a bit. Oh no, these guys have stopped voting for us. Okay, well, short-term goals first. We definitely need Saxony to keep voting for us. And, well, I guess I should focus on Trier before I focus on the Palatinate, because the Palatinate won't vote for us as long as Trier is still voting for them. We went up to speed 4 just then. Normally I play speed 5 with pauses, but I think for commentary's sake, it'll be more fun if I play speed 4. Let me know if you disagree. I'm always open to critique. Their siege is going quite slowly, even though it's a very low-level fort, because they... I can't blockade it, obviously, because I have no ships. This is very odd. I've never seen this on my own game. I've seen other Let's Players have this problem. Maybe recording software causes this particular bug. Oh dear. Poland just allied Bohemia. That is deeply inconvenient. We pretty much have to get an alliance with Austria now before we can take on Bohemia, because Poland's going to be a real pain. That's irritating. Oh well. Wow, minus 50? Why? Because they just love Anhalt. Okay, well we better get their relations way up. And we must make sure that... ooh, Cologne is slipping. Austria is improving with them. Well, I guess I'll stop improving with Trier and start improving with Cologne. Can't marry Cologne because they're an archbishopric. But we can offer them both military access, which I should have done earlier, really. You should always offer your allies military access. There's basically no reason not to, and makes them like you by plus 10. So we're just going to improve relations with Cologne to stop Austria stealing them out from under us, hopefully. Poland declared war on the Teutonic Order. Darn, that's too early. And now I basically just have to hope they don't take Danzig. With any luck, we'll be able to get in there in time. Well, in that case, since Cologne does still like me quite a bit, maybe I should stop improving with Cologne and start building up a spy network on the Teutonic Order so we can declare war on them next, because they're definitely our next target. Ah, that's annoying. Annoying disease outbreak. Military access? Certainly not. I mean, that's not a very strong coalition to hold back these mighty southerners. But the Polish and Lithuanians have surprisingly low development, so maybe, just maybe. Now come on, 57% chance. It's got to fall eventually. I don't know where the... what's-his-face is. The Pomeranian troops have gone. So, there's quite high unrest down here. We're probably not going to be able to avoid a rebellion. So I think we're just going to have to fight the Celestian separatists. Come on, fall. There we go. Okay, so let's pull back from Cologne. And let's negotiate peace. So if we take this, coalition, right? Yes. Definitely coalition. But not a huge one. And if we could just wait a little while, so Magdeburg and Anhalt won't join, then Bohemia, Pomerania, Mecklenburg, totally reasonable. War reps, all your money. Not quite all your money. But however much, we'll deal with it at the time. So what I'm going to do is put these guys down here. And I said I wouldn't. We'll go up to speed 5. Bohemia has been building a spy network on us. Those treacherous bastards to the south. Well, south and west of us now. Thing is, I'd like to be over here when this rebellion fires, so I can get the defense against it. How big is it going to be? It's going to be 15 troops. This is... I don't like... It's silly how rebellions work. It's very silly. So let's just give an example. Okay, this is telling us that Breslau is providing 4 troops for this rebellion, right? This one province is providing 4 units for this rebellion. This place provides 1.6 force limit. There are 1.6 quantity of available fighting men in this province when it's 0% autonomy. And yet somehow 4,000 troops are going to rise up from there in a second. Not this month, though. So yeah, we're just waiting for the end of the year, possibly 2 years, before we take this land. Unhappiness amongst the clergy. So I probably want to go for the accede to the demands one. Oof. Oof, that was so close. I always forget. I always risk it and then forget. So yeah, we're going to revoke this. Which is going to make them unhappy, but it's going to get rid of that disaster. Which is good. And we'll grant them maybe one of these 2, which will be smaller than Uckermark. Now, slow down again. Unhappiness amongst the clergy. I don't want to lose the prestige, but we're going to get prestige from this war. So let's accept their demands. I think that's fine. So they're really quite loyal now. We can't do this because they have too low influence. We're probably going to grant them one of these provinces down here to give them some influence so we can start using their interactions more effectively. Saxony voting for us yet? No. Oh, and Cologne's not either. Oops, I started improving with the wrong guy. Darn it. It's difficult to get the emperorship. We were doing kind of unreasonably well there at the beginning. It's not meant to be that easy. And we made everyone dislike us with all our aggressive expansion, of course. So yeah, we're just waiting for the end of the year, where hopefully this peace deal will go better. Let's have a look at it now. It might be 2 years, unfortunately. How fast is our aggressive expansion ticking down with, say, Magdeburg? Only 1.5 a year. Wow, that's slow. Okay, so we can't do that peace deal. Let's take something less aggressive like that. Okay, so only Bohemia could join a coalition. How about if I took another small province? Just one little province? No? But if I just took Stettin, which I know I don't have a claim on, but it's a really good province. At the end of this year, that might be managed. No. Let's be sensible. We want to get access to Danzig. Let's do that. Let's get war reps. Let's get... do I want to make them annul stuff? For Den? I mean, might not be worth it, really. But you do get some prestige out of it. So yeah, let's do that. And let's demand as much money as they're prepared to give me. Annoyingly, this tooltip covers the tick, but you can just see it through it. So that looks good. Take Stolp. Oh no, actually, these haven't finished coring yet. Sorry. We have to wait for those to finish coring before we accept the peace. Yeah, because we don't want unlawful territory for these. We're going to get unlawful territory for this one, unfortunately. So we do definitely want to avoid unlawful territory for these ones down here. This hasn't fired, this rebellion. There's a 24% chance every month that this rebellion fires. If it doesn't fire before they've cored, we can prevent it from firing. So just cross your fingers. Keep improving with you. Come on, don't fire. And don't die, Austria. I've changed my mind. I don't want you to die. Oh, they got an heir. That's annoying. Okay, so they still won't marry. They still won't, ally us. Ah, there they go. 15,000. See, that's absurd. That's absurd. This 3-province little bit down here can produce more troops than the entire duchy at the moment of Brandenburg. That's ludicrous. Oh well. Well, now we're going to have to accept. We're going to have to go down here and have things all go wrong with the war now. Hopefully they just go for Berlin. No, they're going up there. Okay, well, the thing is I have to fight them to get this core going again. We'll win, Oh, now the Pomeranians have showed up. You mucked everything up, Celestians. And we didn't even win! We didn't even win! Oh dear. Oh dear, oh dear. Okay, well, we have to end this war before they start thinking they're making gains. Yeah. So let's just go for that. Okay, so we're still going to get, unfortunately, probably, unlawful territory for these two. But we can deal with that. It's going to make becoming emperor even more difficult. There we go. So, core up there. Ah, I thought we were going to win that. Rebels tend to have... so yeah, there's the unlawful territory. Which one is it for? Ratibor. Yeah, so we're just going to ignore it. Going to put it up there and ignore it. In 3 months, we'll automatically accept it. No, you may not have military access to my land. It's my land. Stay out. Ooh, these guys love us all of a sudden. Why is that? Oh, more prestige, right. Good, so we've won the vote again. So now you can die again, Austria. By all means. Venice wants to hire Condottieri. Anyone else? No. Condottieri is where you rent out your troops. Can be good. So yes, we just declined. So Ratibor now has stupid high unrest, or it would, but there is fortunately no unrest there at all because they have the recently raised up in rebellion modifier. So there's the fall of them. Oh yeah, sorry, I was going to stick with speed 4 for a while. Ah, Saxony's not voting for us again because of that. I gave them a negative 25 opinion with us, unfortunately. Come on, come up here. There we go. So they're going to take a river crossing penalty, which will make this surely an easy fight. Yes, there we go. Okay, great, we win. Oh, Saxony's even coming to help. How nice of them. And we managed to call Breslau before he demanded it from us. Good. So we're going to drop maintenance all the way down. They're just holding up there. Oh, they're holding. They're not losing yet. Okay, so bring this guy back from Cologne. Let's see if we can get in there on our own war. Oh, and that's also going to bring us to war with Mecklenburg. Fantastic. Fantastic. We really, really want Danzig, but no, they've beaten them back. I'm still going to do this. I want to... I really want to do that. Hopefully he won't demand stop. I don't know if he demands en masse anymore. We can make a state. Yes, we can make this area a state, which lets the autonomy go below 75, and it means that we have to core it. You now only pay half core cost in provinces that aren't a state. So they're all down to very low. That's good. So now since this place has autonomy, and its autonomy isn't going to go down nearly as fast as the other places because it's an unlawful territory, we're going to give it to the clergy. Oh, they still want more greedy gits, so we're going to give them this place as well. Okay, that looks good. They're very loyal now. So the nobility, if I give you this, it's going to increase their influence to 77%. That's perfectly reasonable. Great, and now they are within the acceptable norms again. Good, so now I can request things from you. So send an emissary to the Pope, that gives us some more papal influence. We are going Protestant, we might as well make the most of being Catholic where we can. So they're at 49.98, so we're going to demand some money from them, which will make them disloyal, but for a very, very short period of time, so that's okay. Marvellous. Okay, well, we'll call a halt there. Thanks very much for watching. We'll see you next time. I'm not sure what we're going to do next time. Hopefully, we're going to take Danzig, but they might take it themselves. They don't have a claim on it, but they really, really, really want it. Not as much as some other stuff. Maybe they won't. We can hope. But until then, thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye.